Well, welcome to all our viewers watching at home and the fantastic fans who've shown out here at Sutherland Automotive Speedway today as we get ready to go for Twin 125s, brought to you by Leland Industries. The NASCAR Pinty Series, second and third races out west this year, as we mentioned earlier. Saturday was the race back at Edmonton International Raceway, and that brings us back here tonight. Two Twin 125s presented by Leland Industries, longtime supporters here of the NASCAR Pinty Series and many of the drivers over the years out there participating. My name's Clinton Jeffrey. I'll be joined by our trackside announcer Adam Ross shortly here. We also have Todd Jailbert, the host announcer, will be joining us tonight as well as we bring you through 250 laps of exciting NASCAR Pinty Series action from right here at the beautiful Saskatoon. It's been a beautiful week so far. Most of the teams, some of them flew back and forth, but a lot of them have stayed here since about Friday or Saturday and been getting acquainted with the Western way of life. A lot of them did a lot of sightseeing and have been up and down the Western landscape, checking out all kinds of different things. But tonight they get to check out this beautifully prepared racetrack. And what a great field of cars we've got here tonight getting set to go. Adam Ross has made his way back to the booth, and we are just about ready to get on with it here, Adam. You know, it's been a lot of talk this week about just trying to keep the cars clean through Edmonton to get here tonight. Do you find that's going to be the situation through the first 125? Are the gloves off already, Adam? Or are we going to wait till we get to the third race out west here?
We're probably not going to wait, Clinton. Whenever you run twin races, in my career, there's always one that is calm and one that is not. It doesn't matter if it's a short track or if it's the twin qualifiers at Daytona.
Good point.
But it's not always the second one where the drivers take off their gloves and go to town. Sometimes it's the first one. It depends who makes who the angriest.
I'm trying to think back to Saturday to see who has who written on their dashboard. Do we have any paybacks coming? I don't think there was a lot of action. It was, for the most part, a fairly clean race on Saturday night.
I think it was. Boy, I'm trying to rack my brain. There had to be somebody upset with somebody. 'Cause the nature of the racing there in Edmonton, the outside groove was not the place to be. So if you started on the outside, you were looking for the quickest opportunity to get to the bottom of the racetrack. Here, I think you'll see drivers be able to hang out on the high side. Heck, watch the number 27 of Andrew Ranger. He'd set up there and run that as his preferred groove. We've seen that time and time again. So I think we'll see a different race, and that's the fun thing about racing, and I even noticed it before the race. All the drivers were sitting on the wall joking and laughing. They're not laughing anymore, Clint.
It's game time now. Now, I got talking to Mark Dilley, veteran racer here, and you know, he was talking before qualifying how a lot of these times drivers were arcing it in. You're going to see them use quite a different line than they did during qualifying because they had the entire track to use on their own. Now they're going to have neighbors, so they're going to have to mind their P's and Q's and their elbows a little bit until it gets down to it. Let's talk quickly about the point leader, Trayton Lapsevich, Adam. He was the pole sitter at Edmonton Raceway. The car didn't fire, had to get pushed back in. A multitude of crews pushed him down pit road. They managed to stay on the lead lap, didn't lose any ground, had to start at the back and still came back to a great rebound, and that's what championship seasons are made of.
It was a great display of sportsmanship. It was a great job by Scott Steckley and Jeff Lapsevich and their crew to do the work that needed to be done. And it was something in the kill switch that had gone wrong. They were able to fix that. I mean, that's the power of a good crew.
Let's talk about Marc-Antoine Cameron. He will start fourth here today, the defending and reigning series champion. He flat out dominated Saturday, Adam. No one could touch him.
Look how soft that left front is on Trayton Lapsevich as he scrubs his tires. You're absolutely right. Marc-Antoine Cameron marched to the front and he drove away from that field. One to go, race fans. Next time out of turn number 4, they will be side by side, 9 rows of 2. Trayton Lapsevich in the 20 will start from the pole position. Donald Teach on the outside in the 80. Mike Green from Leland Industries is up in the flag stand to wave the green flag as the honorary starter.
Close that a bit. What a great
Even the
look.
pace truck slowed down. Mike Hennick, the driver of the pace truck, I believe the longest tenured NASCAR officials. Between him and Amy Wong, they've been here a long time. They do a great job. He peels off the racetrack. Trayton Lapsevich in the 20, Donald Teague in the 80. The Leland Industries 125 is underway.
Lapsevich will lead them off to turn number 1 for the first time. Donald Teague has had a lot of oval track speed this year. Maybe tonight's the night he gets it done.
He's won here before, Clinton, and he definitely could. This is his kind of racetrack as they've sorted out single file most of the way back through the top 5. Still double wide after that.
Great look at the Lapsevich 20 as he roars off to turn number 3. Still double file back behind them. It's the Ranger 27 on the outside of the Tagliani 18, and you've also got Watson and the 47 out there of Dumoulin.
Andrew Ranger is right at home up on the high side. He loves being able to roll deep into a corner, roll back into the throttle quicker than anybody else. So he'll hang out up there for a little while. Eventually he'll tuck in line, but I'll tell you who driver who is not going to tuck in, and that's Donald Teague in the 80. If he's got the speed to get to the lead, he's going to do it. And that might sound obvious, Clinton, but it's not. Some drivers will sit and wait. They'll stalk their prey. Donald Teague, he wants to be out front.
We've seen some good runs from the 3 of Alex Gannett recently as well. Back behind them, everybody in the top 10 starting to find the single file order. It's Dumoulin and Naveau are the first 2 side by side, then 2 veterans with Lacroix and the 17 of Kennington back there. I would expect good things from them today, but they've got a long way to go to the front so far.
I talked to Kevin Lacroix. I joked with him before the race. Are you just trying to win the Move of the Race award? You know, passing all these cars? He says, no, it's very dangerous having to come from the back. He's used to being at the front. Look how spread out they are at the front. He's right in the middle of that hornet's nest.
Donald Teague still hunting after Trayton Lapsevich, though. Can't make a move just yet, but he's not fading at all. In Saturday's race, we saw Cameron get the lead early and drive away from everybody, but so far, the 80 of Teague has hitched his caboose to the engine here of Trayton Lapsevich.
We should talk about turn number 1. There is a bump at the entry of turn 1, Clinton. And the driver who can best navigate that bump over the course of this race, it's going to upset these cars, especially go off the line. But watch them enter into 1. You get right down in there and the car just bottoms out going into the turn, and then they get into the corner. So you've got to navigate that bump and then set your car for the turn. Whoa, trouble! Thomas Naveau goes around in turn number 3 with an assist, possibly from DJ Kennington in the 17.
Yeah, I heard you get all riled up there. I looked. I think it might have been off the nose of 17. Hopefully we get another look at it.
And it doesn't take much. When you're in the middle of these turns, the key to speed here at Saskatoon is how well you roll the center of the turn. So these cars are right on the ragged edge in the middle of the corner.
A bit of a different strategy here tonight, Adam, over most of the 250-lap break races. You know, we have 250 laps here, but each segment pays full points and money tonight. A lot of times we'll see these drivers hang out to that 125 break and maybe make some changes. This is basically like a sprint race. There's not that option for that halftime break. It's going to be go time all the time. Do you think we'll see early pit stops from drivers who would normally hang out to the 125 break who realize, I can't do that tonight?
We will if we see a car really start to handle poorly. And this early in the race, we're only 12 laps complete. I don't see anybody that's handling badly enough that they would come down pit lane and give up the track position. Let's talk about a couple of things. You see pylons in the fence on the front straightaway at the exit of turn number 4. That is the restart zone.
I'm laughing because when qualifying came out today, Larry Jackson was the first one out. From where we are, it's an optical illusion. It looks like the cone's on the track. And I thought he was going to hit it till he drove right under it and realized how silly it was. But it's an optical illusion. It looks like there's 2 cones laying on the track from where we stood.
I couldn't tell what you were trying to say. Wow, 1 to go. It's going to be the choose rule right away. Now wait 1 second.
They drove right over the choose triangle, the house triangle.
You attended the driver's meeting. Are we not using the choose rule tonight?
I did not get to the driver's meeting. I was hung up on business, so I didn't make it to the driver's meeting. That's an answer we'll have to find out.
And I am going to find that out
All right,
now.
we'll get to the bottom of it.
We have people. We have people on the scene.
I was like, outside truck, radio inside truck. We need answers. What a great run it's been so far. We still have a long way to go, but 13 down just that quick. NASCAR starter Mike Stray with the green flag in hand. We are ready to go, and Trayton Lapsovich will lead them back to the line. That is a valid start, and away we go. Alex Gannett now looking underneath the Donald Teege 80 cars. They get to the inside, and Teege, as you mentioned, Adam, he's one car that is A-OK to hang up on that outside line.
He's got a good 80 machine, and he is going to fight hard to maintain this track position. There's definitely an advantage to restarting third.
Wow, Teege working that outside lane, and he's going to try and come around that Gannett number 3. So is Cameron on the outside of the Tagliani 18. Who could get better drive off a 2? We don't know yet, but what a great look there we see of the Gannett and Teege battle into turn number 3.
These are our 2 most recent winners. Cameron won in Edmonton, Tagliani won in Toronto. They battle side by side for 4th, while up ahead, Donald Teege was getting the advantage over Alex Gannett. Now Gannett pulls away. LP Dumoulin into the wall on the backstretch.
Yeah, smoke out of the 47. Big smoke out. He's knocked the rear end out of the car, Adam.
Yep, he absolutely has. And you can see the rubber marks along the backstretch wall. That is not something easy to prepare.
Oh boy, huge problems here as they get together again with Jackson trying to elbow his way through. Steyer's on the bottom, and now he's got a flat right rear, and that rear end is knocked out of that car. Look at how far the left rear is sticking out of the fender well.
LP Dumoulin off the pace. Here's another problem, Clinton. Even if they can go to a backup car, it's on the outside of the track, and all of the team is on the inside of the track.
Yeah, so a very short bit of prep time if they get any. Hopefully that's just a bolt-on trailing arm that they can fix. Or
that crew will have a lot of work to do. The WeatherTech number 47 as he takes it down to the attention of his crew. Boy, oh boy, what disappointment for LP Dumoulin. We talked about him in Edmonton, the only driver to complete every lap in the history of the race in Wetaskiwin, Alberta, because he avoided mishaps like this.
2-time winner here at Saskatoon is out in the early going of race number 1. We focus back on the battle where Trayton Lapsovich has got about a 15 car length lead over Alex Gannett. Donald Teege has settled back in a second and will now try and hold off the advances of Marc-Antoine Cameron's number 96.
As we look back through the field, drivers on the move. DJ Kennington, the Castrol Edge number 17. He's quietly worked his way well inside of the top 10, running in the 8th spot. Brandon Watson was the 2nd fastest car in practice earlier today. I expected to see him really charging towards the front of the field.
25 on the board, only 100 to go. These races are going to streak on through this evening. Alex Gannett all alone up in 2nd with a big margin over the Teege 80, who's trying to still hold off the Cameron car that looks to the bottom, this time off of 4.
Look at Alex Gannett. Mark Dilley talking about the different lines they run in qualifying. Watch the entry of Gannett into the corners. He's a full car width higher than Trayton Lapsovich as they enter. Lapsovich takes a direct line, or that time he ran right in the tire tracks, but as they get to the middle of the turn, Gannett's staying higher on the racetrack.
Now Cameron with the nose on the inside of the Donald Teege, number 80, trying to work it down there, and you can bet Tagliani's going to try and get up there to stuff that 18 car up the tailpipes of the 96 and pin the 80 out for another one.
Wow, Donald Teege with a great run coming off the turns. He lets the car drift up in the corner, and he drives down the hill on corner exit. He has got that car all sorts of loose, but at the stripe the last 2 laps, Donald Teege maintains that 3rd spot.
Got to be careful though, right up to the wall. He could easily fall into the same problem that LP Dumoulin faces. If you scrub it, it's easy to knock the rear end out.
Off of turn number 4, they remain side by side. Cameron that time with the 3rd spot at the stripe. Teege still with the nose.
Whoa! Teege wanted it, but Cameron pinched off the nose. He couldn't get it in there. Now Tagliani trying to take the 80 to task on the bottom. Trying to get that NTN 18 down there low on the Teege Automotive Group number 80.
And this is where you really have to, the spotter needs to work with the driver to say, the 80 might be a little bit mad at the 96. If he's going to take a run at him, Don't poke your nose in there. Oh, trouble for Jamie Krizik in turn number 4.
Flat right front, it looks like on the car. And yes, that's what ails the 46 of Krizik.
Wow, good job keeping that car off of the outside wall as the sparks fly off the front of that 46 machine. He will limp that around as race leader Trayton Lapsevich swings to the outside.
With no yellow, the 46 of Krizik will go down a bunch of laps here. Lapsevich looks like he's got the field where he wants him so far. The 20 car is looking very good tonight up front and alone. Alex Gannett runs in position number 2 with a good margin back to Cameron, who's made his way to 3rd over Tige, tackling Andrew Ranger.
Kevin Lacroix is really getting racy deeper in the field on Dexter Stacy in that 92. He is all over the back bumper, a blue car on a purple car. As they work down the back straightaway, Lacroix got to the inside, but Dexter with the run off the corner.
90 to go, 89 now as Trayton Lapsevich crosses the stripe. Alex Gannett in that Asa Abloy number 3 has had some solid runs out west here, looking for another one. Had trouble during practice today, forgot his helmet, had to borrow one from Tagliani to get through practice. They managed to get to the hotel and get him back in his comfort. But yeah, good run for Alex Gannett so far as we watch the battle once again between two of them going at it. Lacroix, oh, contact there with Dexter Stacy.
Yeah, Stacy got up towards the wall, and I'm not sure if he came down or Lacroix came up, but Kevin Lacroix trying to clear that 92. We talked about this earlier on. This track is so wide. There's 2 very good grooves.
What a run for Dexter Stacy there as he pulled right back around the 74 and is not going away on the outside. These dirt trackers like him and Ranger love that outside groove.
Call me crazy, but the front of this field is starting to accordion together ever so slightly. Yes, Gannett a little bit quicker than Trayton Lapsevich the last couple of laps.
They still have a fairly big gap till they get back to the tail end of the field, which would be the Krizik 46, the first car they will face.
I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, Clinton, but right now, our pole sitter for race number 2 would be Donald Tige in that number 80. He has the fastest lap of the race over Trayton Lapsevich and Alex Tagliani.
You're not allowed to do that.
It's technology.
Because
it's amazing what we can do.
You hate when we say, if the race ended now.
But their fast lap is their fast lap. I don't think they're going to go any faster from here to the end with 42 laps on their tires. Tagliani all the way alongside Donald Tige. Good, hard, clean racing by a couple of Quebec racers.
Well, Tige was up there battling for the lead 40 laps ago. Finds himself back there working in position number 4, trying to get it and hold it off from the 18 of Alex Tagliani. The Cameron closing in on the 3, and Lapsevich not gapping them any more than he was.
No, and I'll tell you, the competition is so stiff in our series anymore, we may not see much lap traffic. Trayton Lapsevich is coming off of turn number 2. Glenn Stiers is down in 3, so he's going to get there, but we're not going to see the packs of traffic like we saw at Edmonton.
Good point, the track a bit bigger here. Not going to add into that type of action here this evening. Once again, if you're just joining us here on TSN Plus or Flow Racing, we're live from Sutherland Automotive Speedway. It's the NASCAR Pinty Series. We have twin 125s, and this is the first one with 78 laps to go.
Fourth and fifth, Donald Tige in the 80. Here comes Marc-Antoine Cameron putting the pressure on Alex Gannett for that second spot.
Boy, it was like Gannett dropped a parachute into 3 that time, and the 96 just rolled right up onto the back bumper of the Asa Abloy number 3 for the Fast Eddie team.
Deeper in the field, Thomas Neveu to the inside of Chantel Kalika. That's a battle for the 13th spot.
Kalika backs out and gives the position to Neveu to prevent issues. And Cameron still trying to reel up to the back end of Gannett. Gannett put the afterburners back on and able to pull away. There we get a look at the Chantel Kalika, AGI number 43, who's been with us for the Western Swing this week.
A fan favorite here at Sutherland Automotive Speedway. Trayton Lapsevich less than half a straightaway behind Glenn Stiers in that 0 machine. Another half a straightaway ahead. Jamie Krizik runs side by side with Larry Jackson. That is not a battle for position, as Krizik is down a number of laps.
Solid run for some of these drivers still trying to get their Pinty Series experience. You know, good run for them. 50 laps in, nobody been lapped yet. Like you said, things are running good here tonight, and everybody seems to have it together. But Lapsevich coming up on Steyrs. We don't anticipate too much problems. Steyrs is the most recent sponsor of that 20 with the GSR on the C-pillars at the back here of the car.
And as they close in, the last couple of laps, Gannett again has been faster than the 20. There was a few laps where Lapsevich was the faster of the two, and then the last few, Gannett has been the faster. But as they approach lap traffic, I expect Alex Gannett to be more aggressive than Trayton Lapsevich in the 20. Let's see if he can take advantage of Lapsevich having to go off his line.
Lapsevich will get down under the zero of Glenn Steyrs. We look at the battle here on the stream as it's Cameron getting around Tige and working on the back end once again. As we said a couple laps ago, problems for Krizik again on the outside.
Yeah,
another flat
right front. So I've got to think that the sway bar maybe is rubbing on the right front tire.
Something not right in that front end geometry most likely. And if he can hang out here, no, going to get to the bottom. We will stay under green.
Frustration for the 46 of Krizik. I'm sure at this point it makes more sense to put the car up in the air, really find out what's going on under there, address the issue, which I'm sure that team will.
Car rolls into pit lane. Our TSN crew down there to see what's up.
They lift up on the right side of the car so they can get the jack underneath.
There's a quick look at them working in the pit area on the Krizik 46 car.
Quickly approaching the halfway mark of this Leland Industries 125. The crowd filling in nicely here in Saskatoon. The VIP tent down in turn number 4, jammed with people as it always is.
Donald Tige back on the rear bumper. The Cameron 96 was a lot closer into 1 that time. In 3, he closes up the distance again, so making up a lot on corner entry. But on exit, Cameron able to streak away in that Paille 96 Chevrolet.
And you can see in turn number 1, Donald Tige hit those bumps a little bit strange and shot the car up the track. In 3, he can attack much harder going down into the turn.
And as you mentioned, to the outside goes that 80 car, which means you can carry a little bit more speed, easier on your tires, and a lot less braking.
And they're closing in on the 3 of Alex Gannett. So it's been fascinating, Clinton. You know, even though we're not side by side duking it out for the lead, we're seeing a lot of gamesmanship where there'll be 5 laps go by where Trayton Lapsevich is quicker. There'll be 5 laps go by where Gannett is quicker. And then 3rd, 4th, and 5th right behind Gannett. It's quite a gaggle of traffic out there for the leader as we've just gone past the halfway mark.
Yeah, 6th through 10th right now. Ranger, Watson, Kennington, Lacroix, and Stacy. Nobody really making gains. The best battle is still the one we're watching here with Donald Tige trying to come around the outside corner now. Marc-Antoine Cameron gets the nose up alongside the 96.
Credit to Marc-Antoine Cameron. He is leaving that lane open to the outside. That's a very mature move because Donald Tige, he is a veteran of the sport. If he thinks he's earned that position and you don't give it to him, you are going to feel the front bumper of the number 80.
What a gorgeous orange car he brought to this series this season. The thing just looks beautiful every time out here.
If he can pass Cameron on the outside, what is he capable of in these final 48 laps?
Good point, too. You know, Donald is a veteran of the short track game here. Maybe they said you've got a good car. Let's not wear it out. We're not going to get a chance to make adjustments or tires, so let's ride for a bit and see what happens when we get back to it.
He's a race winner here in Saskatoon, and that does something to a driver. When you know you can do it because you've done it before, that has an effect. Dexter Stacy gets to the inside of Kevin Lacroix in the 74. They're doing battle once again for the 9th spot.
Can't make the pass as that recap, recovery, drink. Car backs it out a little bit.
Battle for the 2nd spot. What a veteran move by Tige. He drove Gannett deep into the corner. Gannett's car slid up. He drove to the inside. Thank you very much.
Like you said, Adam, if he can do this on the outside, what can he do on the bottom? We just got a sample of it there. 55 laps to go here in the Leland Industries 125 from Sutherland Automotive Speedway. It's the NASCAR Pinty Series first of twin 125s here tonight.
Now, Teej is doing something that Gannett teased at earlier on. Gannett teased it running a half a lane higher than Lapsevich. Donald Teej is charging the corner so hard he can't possibly run the bottom. But there's enough banking and there's enough rubber on the racetrack. It's catching that 80 car, and he's able to make really good time up there.
2-second gap right now for the leader, Trayton Lapsevich, over Donald Teej in the number 80. We'll see if it's closing in. Yes, by 4/1,000th of a second that lap. But it all counts up. Pennies add up to dollars.
Pennies do add up to dollars, and Trayton Lapsevich is approaching some slower traffic. Larry Jackson is the first car that he'll come upon. We know what a gentleman Jackson is. He's already moved high up on the racetrack.
Another 7/1000th of a second. So he is closing in, even though very minutely is making gains on the leader, who now has to deal with Larry Jackson, who, although a veteran and a clean racer, is not going to make it easy for Lapsevich to get by.
That lap, Teej closed in a full 10th of a second because Lapsevich was slowed by the 84 of Larry Jackson. He's still trying to battle his way through, and Donald Teej picking up another 10th of a second. Now, it all evens out eventually because Teej is going to have to go through the same battles that Lapsevich did, but Lapsevich is using more rubber than he wants to. Oh, Alex Tagliani, significant contact with the 3 of Alex Gannett in 3 and 4, drives to the inside. Let's see, Gannett might not have liked that.
Oh, he
he gives Tagliani a push on corner exit.
And that was a perfect little kiss on exit. Like, I didn't like that, but I'm not wrecking your stuff. I'm not wrecking mine. But try that again and we could have some problems.
Traditional short track racing, when I bump you once, hey, I'm here. I bump you twice, look, you're slowing me down. The third bump is going to be significant. And I don't know if that's what Alex did or if Alex knew, hey, it was time to go right then, and away he went. But I guarantee you, Alex Gannett is up on the wheel a little tighter than he was 3 laps ago.
Cameron all alone in position number 3 as we watch the battle for 4. Tagliani and Alex Gannett going at it here on the Speedway. Gannett fading back just a little bit. Looks like Tagliani is the faster car at this point of the race.
Great battles deeper. Dexter Stacy finally makes that move on Kevin Lacroix. Now we'll try to do the same thing on DJ Kennington. Kennington maybe has lost the handle on that Castrol Edge 17. He's going way up the racetrack.
Oh, that was ugly into 3. Kennington had trouble, blew a rad in Edmonton, struggled all day looking for better results here on the western swing this evening. And oh, Dexter Stacy up across the nose of the 17. Kennington had to bite the brakes, and that brought the Lacroix Napa 74 right to the tail tank.
This is where spotters earn their money, Clinton. They'll be calming these drivers down, saying, hey, it's a long race, settle in there. We got another race right after this one, so decide if it's worth it as Lacroix drives deep down into 3 on the Kennington 17. Okay, here is what makes this work. Glenn Stiers is close to going a second lap down. Between Trayton Lapsevich and him are a few cars who don't want to go a single lap down. This is really making a bottleneck in front of our race leader, Trayton Lapsevich.
Stiers slow in front of Bergeron, that time into turn number 3. We'll come back around the nose of the Russo 1 and take the spot away. Stiers decidedly higher, but it's working for him as well.
Bergeron without a lot of experience here in Saskatoon. It's only his second time here. The key to this racetrack is rolling the middle of the turn. If you're able to drive it in deep, that's cute. If you're able to drive it off, that feels good. If you can't roll the center, you will not make passes.
And they get together off of 2 that time, and now the 1 will blast it up underneath the 0 car. And Bergeron trying to take the spot away, but he's loose, and Stiers gets the grip on the outside.
Lapsevich doing a masterful job working through this traffic.
And you can bet radio come over the 0 team, hey, that's the leader. Lapsevich, no funny business, and Glenn will give way and let them drive on through.
Stiers really had to bite the brakes there coming off of turn number 4. So now Lapsevich has 3 cars between himself and Donald Teej in the second spot.
We look as Trayton Lapsevich works on the back end of the Bergeron number 1. Trayton Lapsevich has led all 89 laps so far today.
This could be the difference maker. If Donald Teach can swing to the outside and make these passes before Trayton Lapcevich can dispense of the one car, but I think Lapcevich is about to dispense of JP Bergeron. He will do so down into turn 3.
Yeah, the radio for Bergeron probably said he's got us and let him go. Teach trying to work around the outside of the Matthew Shirley 28 and the Thomas Naveau 24 will be the next car he'll have to deal with on the inside.
Boy, frustration for Teach. He's so close to that 20 machine, but it's so far away because Trayton Lapcevich is so fast. He's driven a magnificent race so far. Not only has that car not bobbled, but he's made very good decisions in traffic.
This race coming along very quickly so far here. We are only 18 minutes in. Can that be correct, Adam? 25 minutes in.
25 minutes in.
And we have knocked down a lot of laps here. Working close to lap number 95 already. Closing in, 30 to go the next time the 20 car hits the stripe. Here comes Dumoulin back out, but is he slow? Yeah, he'll grab a gear and get rolling and not cause an issue after getting that rear end fixed. So that's a good break for race number 2. They can see if they've got this one cured.
Well, I'll tell you what he's doing. He's testing that 47.
Yeah.
You know, they put the car back together because whenever you have the rear end out like that, you can damage the rear end housing, you damage the drive shaft, you damage the drive train, everything.
U-joints, even the tailstock on the transmission could have problems.
So the more laps he can run out here, the better if he can get up to speed and really feel what he's got underneath him.
Now 2 parts tonight, but both are full pay and full points. So 2 full races on the tour that count for just as much as anything else. And Lapcevich making the most of it, as is Donald Teach.
Marc-Antoine Cameron is not having as easy a time in traffic as the 2 leaders in front of him.
Struggling to get around into the Bergeron number 1, Naveau right in front of them in the 24.
Last couple of laps, we can tell you, Trayton Lapcevich slightly quicker than Donald Teach in open traffic.
Lapcevich really gaping it out now over the 80 car. And you're right, Cameron stuck back in the mix here. And there's a great look at the 20 of Lapcevich, who's been picture perfect for 100 so far. 25 laps to go here in the Leland Industries Twin 125s. And once again, we're at Sutherland Automotive Speedway for the NASCAR Pinty Series live here on Flow Racing and TSN Plus.
Matthew Shirley is racing for position right in front of Alex Tagliani, just behind Marc-Antoine Cameron. He got to the inside of JP Bergeron. He's been there for a couple laps. Now he'll be able to clear that number 1 and work into his racing line. That should leave room for Alex Tagliani to try to do the same.
Tags to the inside will clear the Bergeron number 1. At the front of the field, Lapcevich and Teach have no cars between them, but there is half a straightaway distance between the leader and second place. A long way back to Cameron as well, as he's almost a full straightaway behind with a lap car between them.
As we look around the racetrack, things are fairly spread out. Shirley got around JP Bergeron. He's driven away slightly. He'll have Thomas Naveau in his sights, but right now Marc-Antoine Cameron has Naveau in his sights because he's got to get around him. Now Thomas Naveau moves to the outside to allow Marc-Antoine Cameron through. He's a full straightaway behind the race leader, running in the 3rd spot.
Yeah, that's a lot of ground to make up here. Under green, a yellow would certainly change the complexion of this race, but so far, 1 yellow to start the event. We've been green ever since.
Tagliani to the inside of Matthew Shirley. Of course, Tagliani running in the top 5. He's in the 4th spot. He's trying to close in on the 96 of Cameron. Shirley trying to close in on the 24 of Naveau.
Everybody's spread out here.
They battle just outside of the top 10.
Looking at Brandon Watson there briefly, you know, we expected good things out of the 9. This is his type of speedway here. An oval specialist and probably one of the most dominant late model riders in the last 10 years in Ontario.
He's as good as they come behind the wheel of a stock car in a late model or a super late model. Just about anything you put him in an oval track, he's going to excel.
Proud to be carrying the Leland Industries colors here tonight, as he has been all season long on that beautiful number 9, prepared by DJ Kennington's race team.
Tell you another driver is turning good laps right now, but she lost some ground earlier on, is Chantel Kalika.
Hanging right there with the Watson car. Get a good look at DJ Kennington, who currently he runs in position number 10. Been a tough western swing for the Castrol Edge team.
Into the final 15 laps we go as Trayton Lapsevich streaks down the front straightaway. He's closing in on the Castrol Edge 17. Kennington runs in the 10th spot, so 10 cars on the lead lap is Donald Teach. My goodness, did he ever close in on Glenn's tires at the entry of turn 3.
Well, if he can clear the 0, he will have nobody between him again, and then up front, the 20 of Lapsevich is going to have to deal with Jamie Krisik's 46 on the bottom and the 17 of DJ Kennington on the outside.
Laps are winding down, just 12 laps to go.
I don't know if I want to be stuck there. Krizik slow on the inside will give up the spot, and that prevents the double wide blocking for Lapsevich to get through.
Oh, JP Bergeron in the 1 just drove right across the nose of Chantel Kalika. Kalika politely backed out of that.
Right there on the inside is the 43 once again. Maybe thinking about a poke on the 1 of Bergeron. She's got better drive off of 2. Can't make it work though.
She doesn't have a lot to gain in that battle. Yes, she does. They're on the same lap. That's a battle for position.
Now we get to see the battle we're talking about there. That is the 1 of JP Bergeron and Chantel Kalika's AGI 43.
It's a battle for the 13th spot. I thought Kalika had gone 1 more lap down, but that's a good run for the driver of the AGI 43 as we scan the racetrack. Trayton Lapsevich has put DJ Kennington in his rearview mirror, and now he's got clear racetrack for the next few laps.
Teach, Cameron, Tagliani, and then it is the Gannett number 3. That's your top 5.
Ooh, Bergeron gets way loose down in 1 and 2. Kalika again with the nose to the inside. This time she was a little bit easier on the throttle. Keeps the nose, keeps that track position. She knows this track so well. Little bit of contact on corner exit.
She'll back out. Bergeron gets the spot there in the exhaust fumes once again in the Bergeron number 1.
That bump is giving Bergeron fits in 1 and 2. 3 and 4, he's a little bit better as Kalika all but pushing him on corner exit.
Here comes your leader, Trayton Lapsevich. 5 laps to go for the FBM GSR number 20 here. The kid has been so good to start the season. Wasn't sure how they were going to get it done. Picked up some extra funding, and now they're going for it.
They definitely are, and like we say, he's made great choices in this race. Driven a whale of a race so far. There's still a few laps left to go. You never know what's going to happen at the end of these races. We've seen just about everything as Kevin Lacroix, that car shot up the track in 3 and 4 as Chantel Kalika, once again, she's all the way up to the
got loose and got into the right corner there, or the left corner, sorry, the Bergeron 1, on the exit of 2. That's the best battle here. Got the local home track fans excited as Kalika doing her best to get around the Bergeron number 1.
Woo! She got loose there in 2. Dexter Stacy rolled out of it to keep from spinning her out, but that was something else to watch.
Leader off of turn number 4 to the white flag. Clean and green into 1, Adam. He's been spotless so far in race number 1.
The Leland Industries 125 round number 1 on the evening is going to go the driver from Grimsby, Ontario. In the Glen Tires Racing number 20, Trayton Lapsevich for the win. Coming home in the 2nd spot is Donald Teach. Marc-Antoine Moran rolls home 3rd. And rounding out the top 5, Alex Tagliani and Alex Gannett. And what I would suggest, Clinton, was a calm race.
I would agree to that. For the most part, everybody got through it without issues. LP Dumoulin, of course, with the major problem on the rear end of his car. But they will work that one out. As you see, they were out there trying to finish this one, and looks like they've got it fixed for race number 2. Top three will pull down front. Adam Ross is heading down to talk to our winners here this evening. Still have another race to come for our viewers at home. Don't forget, we're going to bring you some home track action here. And we have race number 2 to come. So it has been confirmed. We will take a break here and come back for the second race on our stream for the viewers watching at home. Adam Ross making his way down to victory lane where Trayton Lapsovich will pick up the Sunoco checkered and give us a good victory lap. How about it, fans, when he comes by? Salute your winner of Leland Industries race number 1, Trayton Lapsovich. Young university student, working hard at his studies, but boy, this racing is certainly paying off for him so far this season. The kid has been amazing and fast everywhere the Tour has ventured so far. After this, the Tour will head down to Grand Prix Trois-Rivières in Quebec for the GP3R road course race. The next oval track races will be on the dirt at Ohsweken Speedway. Monday and Tuesday, both 100-lap events, and Trayton Lapsovich was the victor on the first dirt event last year. He pulls down in to victory lane here at Sutherland Automotive Speedway. TV will jump in for an interview. Adam Ross will be down trackside for a couple interviews as well. And we will bring it all to you here live from Sutherland Automotive Speedway. Trayton Lapsovich will work on getting all his gear off. And we get a look inside the car as he's still got the helmet on, waiting to make his way out into victory lane here. And we'll get the victory podium brought in behind him. High fives for the crew. Crew chief, Dad, Jeff Lapsovich. Heard he hurt his arm today in the pits. Good to see him out there working good. And everything seemed to work out for this team today. They have been flawless. When you get sell that car, we want to hear a big Saskatoon welcome for your winner here. Here he comes, ladies and gentlemen. How about it for Trayton Lapsovich? TV crew will jump in there. And then we'll send Adam Ross in there to talk to the winner here tonight and get us our interview for you fine fans waiting here. Let's go down to the TV interview where Todd Lewis stands by.
Yeah, just a huge hats off to the 22 racing team. They gave me a great GSR FBM Delta Bingo number 20, and you know, I feel really good about our chances for the second 125, but really happy to get one down tonight.
Congratulations, Trayton Lapsovich, 4th win of the season.
We'll throw it down now where Adam Ross stands by. He's going to jump in there and get a few more words from our winner, and anybody else who may be hanging around Adam, take it away.
Yeah, we've got our second place finisher, Donald Teege, driver of the 80. How about a big round of applause, race fans, for Donald Teege? Donald, is it fair to say I've never seen you that happy to finish second?
Yeah, you know, we're very proud about that finish second. You know, we struggled a little bit since the beginning of the season, but we got a fast car. The kid was very fast, you know, and we're tight. So I changed my line, so I passed the 96 and the 3. And the car was quick after that, but not enough for the young kid. But we're very happy. Thank you to my teammate, my sponsorship, Mike McCoy Racing, and XPN. And the group Teach, so thank you very much. It's a good second place for us tonight.
There you have it, race fans. Donald Teach, second place in the first Twin 125. And from there, we go to our third place finisher. He won Saturday night in Edmonton. Third place finish here tonight. Marc-Antoine Cameron with a big smile on his face. These two, here, I'll give you the microphone. You two bench race together, but you're going to do it in French, and I won't understand, and I'll feel bad.
Yeah, I mean, Donald did a great job. Our car was a bit tight. It was good on, you know, the first 20 to 25 laps. Then after that, it started to be tight, and I was not able to put the power down. But P3 is pretty good finish for us. For Payet Racing, we're still battling for the championship, so every point are good.
And you've got plenty of race car to do battle with in the second 125. How much does that go through your mind, Mark? Having something to race with, knowing you've got a full points-paying race still to go.
Of course, we always keep that in mind that we still have another 125 laps to do and keep the car fresh as possible. We're going to make some adjustment to try to fix the front end, and we'll see what we can do for the second one.
Marc-Antoine Cameron, third place finish.
Thanks a lot, Adam Ross, trackside. That'll wrap things up for our viewers here for race number 1. We'll be back in a little bit here live on Flow and TSN Go for the call of the second Leland 125 here from Sutherland Automotive Raceway in Saskatoon. For our viewers at home, we'll talk to you in about an hour's time. But for the rest of you, hang around. We have some great action coming up here live at Sutherland Automotive Speedway. We'll be back shortly.
All the safety equipment. You watch the experienced racer in the car, so you get the braking points, you've got the acceleration points, you've got the turning points. So once again, make sure you check out our Dakota Dunes race experience. Next one, Sunday, July the 30th, and we've got another one August 13th, August 27th, and of course September the 10th. So all you race fans out here, you watch this. I know a number of years ago I started this. I called it an adult orientation. I put a number of people through that very first day, and pretty much every fan came through with the same thing. First thing they said is, this track looks big from up here, but man, does it look small when you are inside a car. Next thing they said to me, we can never watch racing again by yourself on the track. It's even harder than they think. They're going, it's a lot more work on these oval tracks than many people would think. So you guys want to experience this again, make sure you check out the Sutherland Automotive Speedway race experience, where you get to actually experience this track.
You guys want any more trivia?
Go ahead, Adam. I've got you.
More. How many different drivers have won here at this racetrack? 17 races so far.
Well, if there's 2 races per thing. Oh, no, some of them have won 2. Okay, so it's got to be less than 34 in theory. So it's got to be about 28 is my guess.
It's got to be less than 18 because there's only been 17 races. 17 races.
Would they consider the entire night a race?
I'd say 12, Adam. Be my answer.
Did
12.
you see the screen from there?
No, is that right?
That is right.
Yeah. Hey, want to welcome everybody back. Thanks so much, Todd.
Okay.
Jalbert, for your help here tonight. We are live back on Flow Racing and TSN Plus. We appreciate all the help tonight and the hospitality you guys have provided. Thanks, Todd, so much. Clinton Jeffrey and Adam Ross here live from Southern Automotive Speedway. Once again, we're in beautiful Saskatoon, Saskatchewan here as we get set to go for race number 2 of the Leland Industries. Twin 125s here tonight. Trayton Lapsevich, if you missed it, won the first one, and the drivers now will be set up based on their best times in that race number 1, Adam Ross.
How impressive is it the way the GM Payet group travels? They have an entourage at every one of our events.
You know, I noticed the NTN crew's out in full force everywhere we go, too.
They are so. In fact, NTN has a partner, and I wish I could read that sign from here. It is applied, and they're celebrating 100 years, which is very, very cool. So I'm not sure if Paul is here, but Paul, if you are, jump into the announcer's booth, because I'd like to give the, you know what? My phone zooms in pretty well.
There you go.
Here's the technology.
So all the cars are just being backed up off of pit road. We'll give you a driver's introduction here in a couple moments' time. The cars will stay. It's Applied Industrial Technologies, Adam.
Oh, look at that.
Because we give it up on the screen.
And NTN congratulates them on their 100th anniversary.
That is amazing to be in business for 100 years, especially in applied industrial technologies. Because imagine how much the whole industry has changed in 100 years.
Like, I've been married 100 years. To put it into perspective, that's how long it feels like.
She might be listening.
No, she's not.
Do it.
No, she's not. And everyone gets better than the one before it.
Wow. She might be listening. That's what that last little recovery told me.
I'll capture that recording later. Honey, we were talking about you.
Well, we've had some drivers that have had a good Western swing. We've had some drivers that have had a tough Western swing. Does anybody rebound today? And I'm thinking about Kennington, who we see pull out, had troubles in that race, had troubles in Edmonton. Can he get it together in race number 2? You know, how about a guy like Ranger? He's been struggling a bit here. Solidly in the top 10, but not as quick as they obviously would like to be, like the other Paillet car has been. How about LP Dumoulin as he pulls in the spot, just repaired the rear end. We saw him run the second half of that, so we feel like they're going to be okay.
I'm going to share my thoughts here, Clinton. I really like the way they line up this second race because in a time trial, you're under the gun. You've got to warm up your tires quickly in a lap and a half, take the green flag, and perform right away. In this format, you can wait until your car is at its peak performance because nobody is intending to turn a lap, although these competitors are very smart. Their spotters and their crew chiefs will say, look, things are prime right now. Try to lay down a big lap because that's how you're going to line up. But this is a true indication of who was faster than who in that first race. For that reason, Clinton, it is going to be very difficult for a driver to charge through the field because everybody in front of them is faster in race pace than they were.
Yeah, unless they miss something in that first event, at which point they can make the adjustments to work their way towards the front.
And I say the 74 of Kevin Lacroix might be a perfect example of that.
Yeah.
You can be sure Donnie Thompson was down there twisting wrenches and finding a little bit more speed out of that 74. He's got a long way to go.
Donnie yelled at me today. Did I tell you that story?
Did you deserve it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I walked up to talk to Kevin Lacroix about the Oshweekend race, and Kevin was sitting in the car eating lunch. Well, I didn't even look. I just leaned on the window, and Donnie slid out from underneath and said, "Hey, we're scaling the car. What are you doing?" I was like, sorry. I wonder why Kevin was sitting in the car eating his lunch. Didn't even realize they were working on it underneath it. But
that's funny. I got yelled at by Whitey, Dave White from White Motorsports, because I stuck my head inside Glenn Steyer's car and was snooping around at a couple of things. He was only joking.
Right on. Well, we're waiting for the call that all engines have been shut down on the Speedway. And we will now send it over to Adam Ross, who's got the starting lineup for race number 2 of Leland Industries 125.
Starting 18th from Oshweekend, Ontario, the Glenn Steyers Racing Oshweekend Speedway Chevrolet number 0, Glenn Steyers. Rolling off 17th from Grand Prairie, Alberta, the Crown Pell Ventures Burmar Rewind Chevrolet number 46, Jamie Krizik. Starting 16th from Oakville, Ontario, the O'Neill Electric E3 Spark Plugs Dayco Castrol Dodge number 84, Larry Jackson. Starting 15th from Prince Albert, Saskatchewan, the AGI Lake Country Co-op 016 LB Signs Dodge number 43, Chantal Kalika. Starting 14th from St. Eustache, Quebec, the Napa Auto Parts Lacroix Tuning Dodge number 74, Kevin Lacroix. 13th from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, the Crush It Hard Iced Tea Provincial Vodka Dodge number 28, Matthew Shirley. Starting 12th from Oka, Quebec, the Avirum Home Hardware Ford number 24, Thomas Neveu. Starting 11th from St. Donat de Montcalm, Quebec, the Prolon Controls Russo Metals Ford number 1, J.P. Bergeron. Starting 10th from Ganawagi, Quebec, the Recap Bullies Truck Stop Chevrolet number 92, Dexter Stacy. Starting 9th from St. Thomas, Ontario, the Castrol Edge Spark Power CIM Metals Dodge number 17, DJ Kennington. 8th from Trois-Rivières, Quebec, the WeatherTech Canada Omnifab Dodge number 47, LP Dumoulin. Starting 7th from Roxton Pond, Quebec, the GM Paillet Chevrolet Canada number 27, Andrew Ranger. 6th, from St. Leonard d'Aston, Quebec, the GM Paillet Chevrolet Canada number 96, Marc-Antoine Cameron. Starting 5th, from Stayner, Ontario, the Leland Industries GMS RGC Sheer Metal Products Chevrolet number 9, Brandon Watson. 4th, from Terrebonne, Quebec, the Assa Abloy Fast Eddie HGC Chevrolet number 3, Alex Gannett. In 3rd, from Lachenay, Quebec, the St. Hubert NTN Quick Genetec Chevrolet number 18, Alex Tagliani. Your front row starting 2nd, from Grimsby, Ontario, the Glen Stires Racing FBM Delta Bingo Chevrolet number 20, Drayton Lapsevich. And your pole sitter from Bois-Chatel, Quebec, driver of the Group Teej Incorporated XPN Chevrolet number 80, Donald Teej. Now, race fans, to give tonight's command, we go to something very, very special. And this was put together by Drayton Lapsevich and Faith Dilley. 9-year-old Bella Thompson has a rare bowel disease. In her young life, she has spent 900 days in hospital. She has had 21 surgeries, and she is still looking for more. If you want to know more, look her up on social media. I know she's on TikTok. I'm not sure what else, but you can find her at Bella Brave. Bella Brave on social media. And we have got her by video, Bella Thompson, along with Waylon Thompson, to give a very special command.
Drivers, start your engine!
What a very cool thing done by, Faith Dilley, really quarterbacked that, Drayton Lapsevich.
Yeah, discussion started back in Edmonton and did a great job putting that together, and always great when we can include some of our super fans into the action.
And it's great when these racers realize how big an impact they can have on someone's life, young or old. They are engaged with fans across this country. And it's just very cool that they can brighten someone's day, make someone feel special, because we should never stop trying to accomplish that. So great job. Thank you, Faith Dilley. Thank you, Drayton Lapsevich, for putting that together.
Absolutely. The field is just about set to roll off. As you mentioned, Adam, there's not a lot of time to get your game face on. They'll have about a lap and a half, maybe 2, to get the tires warmed up. And then we'll bring them back to green flag action for 125 more laps from the beautiful Sutherland Automotive Speedway here. And it's the Leland Industries 125 number 2 coming up on the track right now.
18 cars started race number 1, and 18 cars are going to take the green flag for race number 2. Hats off to these race car drivers and fans. How about a big round of applause for these race teams? They were working their butts off for the last hour to get these cars ready to rumble for one more 125 laps here tonight.
Field looking good, Adam. We talked a lot about this, how they were conserving. The gloves can come off now. You set it up early. They don't need these cars again till Delaware at the end of September.
No, they really don't. I'm watching DJ Kennington in 3 and 4. He has slowed down to the inside, letting the field roll by.
Kevin Lacroix did the same thing.
So perhaps they made changes that were not approved on these race cars. So it likely would have been an impound situation between races.
Either way, did not like what they had, so they will restock and get ready to go. I think you probably got that mostly correct, Adam.
I'm
not going to say 100% because I think you're right, but we don't really know. We will find out. We've got the technology and the text boxes here to figure it out. So we'll get to the bottom of that. What a beautiful look at the Matthew Shirley 28. Another one of the local ones here tonight.
I think we can expect big things out of Matthew, Chantel Kalika. Jamie Krizik, obviously there was a mechanical issue on that car that was causing those right fronts to go down in that first race. Because he always shows a lot of speed out here on this western swing. Man, look at Joel Robinson from TSN. He is sprinting through the infield.
There we look at the LP Dumoulin 47 WeatherTech Dodge. I mean, we saw them knock the rear end of that one in race number 1. They came back, repaired it after a multitude of laps, and got back out there. So I think they must have got that one corrected. At least they're hoping they did.
Next time out of turn number 4, we will set them loose. Donald Teach gonna lead the field to green in that Teach number 80. Trayton Lapsevich would love to make it a perfect night. He has won 4 races already in this young NASCAR Pinty Series season.
Well, I was looking at some of the message boards in between the races, and the NASCAR Pinty Series community was saying he had the potential to win 10 races this year. He's been that good and that fast. Getting ready to go, but Donald Teach, he's hungry at him, and you called it at breakfast today. He said the 80 might get one tonight. See if you can make that premonition come true. Here we go.
Double green flags wave from Mike Charret. They charge down into 1 and 2. Now Donald Teach is going to give a lot of respect to Trayton Lapsevich, and Lapsevich could very well take the lead from the outside.
Teach on the inside. They bump a little bit off of 4. Teach has to get out of it. That'll put the 20 up there, and they're 3 wide for second, almost in a turn number 1.
And I'm sure Alex Gannett's like, what the heck's going on here? He got pushed way up the racetrack, but Teach had to leave that bottom lane for Alex Tagliani. He needs those General tires to heat up in a hurry because Teach does not like the direction he's heading right now.
Watson and Cameron with a little bit of hip check off of 4 that time as they run out there battling for 5th and 6th. Right behind Ranger pours the other Paille car up the back bumper and gets into Cameron with another hip check.
Andrew Ranger is a driver. In fact, him finishing that first race was a milestone. He has struggled to get to the end of these races this season.
Lapsevich out front again with Teach and Gannett, almost like a replay of the start of race number 1. And they're going at it. Gannett once again trying to rail up to the high side, pushes it right up to the wall on the back straightaway.
Donald Teach does not want to be stuck side by side. You're using up too much rubber, too much brakes. He sees that 20 car, Trayton Lapsevich, getting smaller and smaller as Lapsevich pulls away from the battle for second.
Gannett trying to edge out on the 80. Can't do it yet. Gets the nose there, but not clear enough to make it work. Teach loose off of 4, and he'll have to lift, and now Gannett all alone in position number 2.
Clint, that's the best thing that could have happened to Donald Teach right there. He was not going to give up that battle, and I think they might have run side by side for 50 laps. Get single file, try to track down the leader, and try to rattle his cage. Trayton Lapsevich is very comfortable out in front.
Yeah, you can also arc the corner the way you want if you're single file, as opposed to being forced to run. Watch what you're doing with someone on the inside or outside of you. Certainly wearing things out a little bit more than you want to.
So the top 5 have broken away just a little bit from Andrew Ranger in the 27, holding down 6th spot. 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th are in a pack to themselves. The top 5 are in a pack to themselves. And then 10th on back is all in one big pack. Matthew Shirley is at the front of that pack. Glenn Steyer's at the back of that pack, but they are all over each other.
Good view at that group of cars here as we've got 115 to go, 10 in the books, just that quick. And there's a look at your rundown. Lapsevich, Gannett, Teach, Tagliani, and Watson, the top 5 as they run single file off turn number 4. We're watching Lacroix battle with Naveau and Kennington and the rest of the back.
Chantel Kalika got knocked up off the inside groove, and she is dropping spots up there on the high side. She'll give Jamie Krizik a run coming off of turn number 2. But Krizik with that preferred inside groove, and Chantel, her driving style is to conserve that race. So she will try to attack from the outside groove, but I have a feeling same thing as Donald Teach. Get in line, let the race progress, and take your lumps. That was unfortunate. She just lost a full handful of positions. But look at this. We've got company at the front of this field.
Gannett starting to reel in the back end here of the 20 of Lapsevich. Got him within a car length now as they push back to turn 1. Gannett a little bit higher on entry than the 20 of Lapsevich.
Yeah, Alex Gannett really runs a wider arc than Lapsevich. He did the entire first half of that first race. And with them being this close, Clinton, even if he's not going to make a move on the lead, if I'm his spotter, I want him to know what kind of bubblegum Trayton Lapsevich is chewing.
Keep pushing. Keep the heat on. The kid's got to crack eventually.
A little bit of contact, a little bit more contact off of turn number 4.
Well, there you go.
Sorry,
You
Clinton.
can tell he had big league chew right now.
That's
He got
it.
right in there and took a good look at it. Oh, Lapsevich gets loose. What a good recovery there. That could have been catastrophic for Lapsevich.
I think Gannett had an issue there when sliding up the racetrack, and Lapsevich just salvaged his race car on corner exit.
Had to let it go. Sometimes you have to survive to thrive, and Lapsevich does it there. He will back out. Let's see if he can roll it back up and run back towards the front. Alex Gannett leading again in the Fast Eddie. Asa Alloy number 3.
Was that your line? Did that just flow?
Yeah.
Could have survived it. That's good.
Sometimes they come to
Ah,
the
man,
brain
that
quick.
was on point. I expected to look over
Thanks.
and see you with,
The one
with
time
a
I
cue
get
card.
a good one, you pointed out.
That was fabulous. Keep
Gannett,
up.
though, he's been fast at him. They've shown a lot of brilliance in this car. They need to put one up on the board, though.
Andrew Ranger battling side by side with LP Dumoulin. Ranger up on the high side, Dumoulin down low as they race for that 6th position.
And Gannett looked a little bit loose off that time, and Tease pulls right up on the back bumper. Watching the battle between LP Dumoulin and Ranger. And Ranger faded up to the top there, gave the outside, and it didn't pay off. Dumoulin going to drive underneath. Now Cameron going to drive underneath.
Oh, and there was almost contact there. There might have been between Cameron and Ranger and the wall. Ranger gets in line behind that number 96.
Now if you're Donald Teach, you knew you couldn't beat the Lapsevich 20, but you feel you can beat that 3.
Well, and he's giving Alex Gannett a little bit of a push off of turn number 4. And what he's doing right now is very much sizing up that number 3. He wants to see exactly where his car is better, exactly where the 3 car is better. Because they're so even in speed, he might have to give the 3 a little bit of a nudge. But you want to make sure you give him that nudge in the right part of the racetrack to be able to capitalize.
And I'm sure veteran Jason Hathaway down on the box is telling his driver in that 3 car, don't even look at the rearview mirror. Hit your marks, keep your eyes out the front. That's all that matters right now. Maybe later in the race we need to do some mirror driving, but right now, concentrate on making that 3 quick.
In reality, Donald Teach is not Alex Gannett's problem. Alex Gannett is Donald Teach's problem. So like you say, focus on what you're doing and hitting your marks. Because if Donald Teach wants to drive aggressively, I won't say dirty, but aggressively, he's going to, and there's nothing you can do about it. So just keep hitting your marks, drive your car to the best of your ability, and I think Alex Gannett is not doing that. The reason I think that, the top 6 are now completely nose to tail. So Gannett, I think it's lost just a touch of focus here in the last few laps.
Well, if not that, a touch of speed as Tease pulls right on the back bumper again, rubbing up the 3 off of turn number 4. Trayton Lapsevich, Alex Tagliani, Watson, Dumoulin, and quickly Cameron is going to join that group.
So Donald Teach with Mark Patrick Waugh up on the spotter stand, he's going to be telling them, look, they're stacking up behind you, so you need to make a move here or things might get unpleasant for you.
Do you think they're speaking French?
Yes.
Okay, just a good question there. So Gannett working with the lead still, and that's a beautiful view we see in the sunshine down into turn number 3. But Gannett has had them covered for the last 20 or so laps, trying to hold on.
I wonder if the sun's in these drivers' eyes just as you're rotating through 3 and 4. That sun's probably a bit of an issue for these drivers at the moment. Look at Donald Teach is shadowing every move Alex Gannett makes in that number 3.
Not fading at all is that orange and black number 80. In fact, he's pulling in a little bit every time into turn number 3, as is Trayton Lapsevich. Now Lapsevich looking out to the inside of the TJ80 as they're given a half car width on the bottom.
32 laps into this one, still a lot of racing to go. But look at that top 6. One mistake and we might wipe out more than half of the top 10.
Yeah, you're not wrong. One little miscue could cause a whole bunch of drivers problems, and Tej is pushing on the exhaust pipe here of the 3 as Gannett gets away a little bit, but Tej once again will pull right up to the back door.
3 and 4, he doesn't look to be much faster than the 3, but in 1 and 2, I think Donald Tej carries quite a bit more speed, though. As I say that, Alex Gannett opens up a car length on the 80 machine.
Top 7 cars all right together in a line and rolling in pretty much the exact same line as the driver in front of them. Nobody really stepping out much to try and search around at this point.
Which one of these drivers is going to break out first? Trayton Lapcevich to the inside of Donald Tej. We got a battle for the second spot. Tej with a good run off of turn 2.
You have to keep pouring the fuel on there to clear that 20 the inside. Now Tagliani will fill the gap up on the inside, but Tej still battling back. Can he get down in front? Not yet, but he's close.
He couldn't get down, but he got a great drive down into turn number 1. A good head of steam off of 2. Donald Tej doing a great job. Remember, he ran most of the first race up in that groove.
Yeah, Trayton Lapcevich just keeping enough of that nose in there that Tej can't get down. Now pulls alongside out of 2. But Tej is still better on the outside. They're door-to-door back to 3, and Gannett is loving this.
I was going to say, look at the difference it makes for Alex Gannett. He's picking up about a car length every lap on this side-by-side battle for second. He's out in front by 3 car lengths now as Donald Tej out-drags Trayton Lapcevich down the back straightaway.
Good battle for second, still raging. At the line, it'll be 85 laps to go. Still the bigger portion of this race still in front of us. And now Lapcevich right up along the inside of the 80, still trying to make that spot with 40 laps complete.
Donald Tej, love the arc he's running in the corners. It's like he's driving downhill on corner exit. Watch him down into 1 and 2, lets the car go way up, but he gets a really nice drive off the corner.
Well, he got loose that time out of 2 and had to lift off a little bit. But that is the battle on the Speedway as they run. Looking a bit farther back, Kevin Lacroix has moved into position number 10, Adam, from dead last. He's passed 8 cars already and working his way underneath the Dexter Stacy, number 92.
He's moving in the right direction, that's for sure. Out in front, Alex Gannett with the lead over Trayton Lapcevich. Lapcevich has cleared Donald Tej, and a great battle deeper in the field between Jamie Krizik and the 1 of JP Bergeron.
Yeah, they are battling back there around 14th and 15th position. The battle up front has really settled down now as Alex Gannett able to drive away from the pack. Trayton Lapcevich now around the Tej 80, and this is the battle for 3rd and 4th we're seeing on our screen.
Yeah, Alex Tagliani getting racy in the 18 machine. He looks to the inside. A little bit of rubber mark up the side of the Tagliani 18. That's from the first race earlier on tonight. Alex Gannett can see the hood of that 20 car getting bigger and bigger every lap. Not a big difference in speed, but Trayton Lapcevich definitely a little bit quicker than the number 3.
Tagliani on the inside of the Tej 80 car once again. Tej will hold the spot, but Tags is ready there. One little slip up or miscue, and the 18 will have it. Now they get back in line.
One thing Donald Tej knows, his car gets better in the second half. It did in the first race. It was much better in the second half than it was in the first half. So he can give up track position, but he doesn't want to give up physical positions.
LP Dumoulin on the back door. Brandon Watson, that's a battle that's heating up with Cameron right behind them. And they are 5th, 6th, and 7th on the Speedway as they run. And here comes Lapcevich. He's hunted the leader down, and he's got him right there now.
To the inside of the 3 of Gannett. Lapcevich right down into the dirt infield to avoid making contact. How about Glenn Stiers in the 0 machine? He went down multiple laps under green in that first race, but here he is out here in the middle of a pack. It is at the back of the field, but that's great improvement for the 0 car.
Yeah, 50 laps already complete, still running on the lead lap. Those are gains for that new up-and-coming team. That basically dirt-based, and as we say that, he pulls right up on the back bumper of Krizik. What a speed shot. Here we got a battle for the lead. Lapcevich to the inside and looking to clear the Gannett 3.
And Lapcevich just did to Gannett
what he did to him.
And with that classic short track racing.
So Gannett now going to see if he can have anything for the leader, Lapsevich. Trayton shown he's been quick all season long with the win here in race number 1. He's got it and handled here tonight.
Now that brief battle for the lead drew in Donald Teague in the 80 and Alex Tagliani in the 18. And if you remember from race number 1, this is exactly how it went. The 3 was much faster at the beginning, and then the 3 started to fade. The 80 and the 18 started to come on strong. We never really knew what Trayton Lapsevich was up to because he was just out in front so far early on. He had his way.
Good battle here we're seeing. This is LP Dumoulin to the inside of the Brandon Watson, number 9. That's the battle for 5th. Watson still has it. Dumoulin trying to steal it away. Dumoulin to the inside, but Watson will get him off the turn.
Fantastic side-by-side racing at the front in the top 5. More side-by-side racing deep in the field. As JP Bergeron and Jamie Krizik had a side-by-side battle that I think lasted about 25 laps.
And this battle for 5th is the best one we've got on the Speedway as they run. Right now, Steyer's working underneath that Bergeron number 1 at the back, but still the battle for 5th rages on. Dumoulin, hungry, and got to be a bit feisty after the problem he had in race number 1.
Well, you have to think that's the case as Glenn Steyer is going to clear the one of JP Bergeron. Almost cleared him on the back stretch. Now coming off of turn number 4, the Zero Machine picks up a spot. Larry Jackson going to try to slide on through. Why are we talking about this battle so deep in the field? Because they're only half a straightaway ahead of race leader Trayton Lapsevich.
And Lapsevich has put 20 cars between himself and Gannett since he took the lead and is streaking right up to the back end of this pack of cars near the back end of the lead lap.
Donald Teague and Alex Gannett, they are crisscrossing going into the corner because Gannett drives down into the entry of the corner. Teague drives deep and lets the car come up. So you actually see those cars almost cross over every time. Gannett goes down into the corner. Teague takes a straighter line deeper into the turn. And Alex Tagliani a different line still. What a fascinating battle to watch.
Looking for anything out there as we watch them roll off the 3, and now Teague pushing on the right rear quarter here of the number 3 of Alex Gannett with Alex Tagliani on the inside.
Trayton Lapsevich able to pull away. He's almost half a straightaway ahead. Here comes Donald Teague looking to the high side of the 3 of Alex Gannett. Gannett left a little bit of room up there. Great respect, great spotting being done out there to let these drivers know what they have to deal with. And it's very sportsmanlike of Alex Gannett. He could have probably cut off the 80 of Donald Teague. Would have made Teague angry.
Now if Gannett goes up to block that 80 a bit, he's going to open up that bottom end for the 18 of Tagliani. We're setting up for a 3-car battle here.
Oh, contact! Teague caught the right rear corner of the 3 and got him loose. He got spit up the racetrack and opened the door to Tagliani.
Tags on the inside now of the Teague 80, and we'll get that position. Next one into the battle. Here comes LP Dumoulin trying to put that 80 car back another spot in the running order.
2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th right together nose to tail. 8th and 9th is closing in. So is 10th and 11th. That is unbelievable. 66 laps in. And that whole pack of cars, I would say nose to tail, but some of them are racing too wide.
Yeah, we finally got the leader to the back end of the pack on lap 66, which is pretty wild to think we've got a long way. And it shows a testament to the talent we've got out and the closeness of the field that it took that long for someone as dominant as Trayton Lapsevich to catch the back end.
Chantel Kalika, the first car to go a lap down. Glenn Steyer's closing in on Larry Jackson in the 84. Right behind him, Trayton Lapsevich swinging to the outside of JP Bergeron to put the 1 machine a lap down.
Gannett is a long way back, almost a full straightaway behind this 20 car of Trayton Lapsevich, who now looks at the back end of the Steyer's car. What a kudo for Glenn, though. 70 laps without going down a lap. That's probably the best he's been in his short career here with the NASCAR Pinty Series. Trying to get the handle down and figure it out.
And he's driving well. You know, he's putting that car where he needs to put it. He's giving people room, but only as much room as they need.
You know, you and I worked as announcers at Glens Oshweekend Speedway for many years. We talked about how he was in sprint cars. Bought a car, took him a few years to learn, then he became a champion. We could be seeing the same thing here in the Pinty series. It's going to take a couple years to get up to speed.
It wouldn't surprise me at all. He's a championship caliber driver. This is just a different discipline that he needs to learn. Alex Tagliani side by side with Alex Gannett in a battle for second.
Things really shaping up there as Tagliani with a good run here in race number 2. Hasn't had a fantastic Western swing. He's been in the battles, but tonight he's got something he can take home.
How about LP Dumoulin after getting squeezed up into the wall in the first run and breaking something and finishing many laps down? Whoa, significant contact on the front straightaway between Tagliani and Gannett. It was side-to-side contact, and they both went sliding down into turn 1.
Wild action out here near the front of the pack as Tagliani, we're still watching it with Gannett and Dumoulin right in the battle. 3 cars, second through fourth, trying to find their way. What a rebound it would be for both Tagliani and Dumoulin if they can finish in the top 5 this evening.
50 laps to go. We're 75 laps into this Leland Industries 125. It has been clean and green, and the racing has been absolutely phenomenal. Oh, Gavin Lacroix and Marc-Antoine Cameron get together.
Yeah, he had him jacked up, and T-Bone going in, Lacroix going back on Cameron again. I don't think that one's done just yet. Some debris dragging off the left.
You know, you just wonder, why doesn't Tagliani just step on the gas and drive by him? They are trying so hard to put the throttle down without spinning those rear tires. As soon as you spin the rear tires, you get them hot, you lose traction, and you're going to lose overall speed. So they're really trying the best they can to get as much out of these cars as they can without breaking those general tires loose.
Gannett trying to work his way around the one now. Is he going to go to the outside or the inside? Well, a decision we'll have to make. And as he points it to the outside, Tagliani pulls the 18 along the inside. Gannett gets pinned up behind the one car. Now he gets around the outside, but it's going to be the long way.
He could only follow the one of JP Bergeron for so long before he had to commit. He did the right thing, committing to the high side. Alex Tagliani has no choice now but to follow him.
Tags right up the back bumper of the Assa Abloy, number 3 fast steady car of Alex Gannett. As they try and clear the one of Bergeron, LP Dumoulin going to go to the outside of the one car as well. Onto the backstretch they go. Lapsevich still leading. Next time by, we'll have 30 laps to go. He's on the back straightaway. The battle for second just crossed the front stretch.
LP Dumoulin gets a nose under the 18, couldn't get the throttle down. Here comes Brandon Walsh closing in on the 3-car battle for second with a head of steam.
Yeah, up another lane than these cars though. He's up quite a bit out of the same groove they are. Now Tagliani still trying to get underneath the 3 of Gannett. They pull up onto the back bumper of the Steyr Zero. We'll see what he does. He'll stay right on the inside, well, kind of in the middle, making them pick a line.
Tagliani got a great run to the bottom there. It's going to be a race to the corner of the Zero of Steyrs. How many times have we seen Glenn Steyrs fall victim to lead lap cars doing battle? He's just doing his thing and winds up in a mishap because the lead lap cars take advantage of him and split him. Alex Tagliani picks up the second spot over Gannett.
Steyrs held him off for a half a lap there, but then realized time to get up out of the groove. Doesn't want to be part of it. Tagliani rolls into position number 2. What a day here for Scott Steckley's 2 teams, running 1-2 in race number 2 here at the Leland 125s at Sutherland Automotive Speedway in Saskatoon.
Dexter Stacy getting aggressive with the 24 of Thomas Neveu. Puts the bumper to the 24, drives underneath, and he'll take over that position.
Battle for third now as LP Dumoulin gets alongside the Gannett number 3. 2 Quebec drivers going at it once again. Former champion LP Dumoulin with 2 wins here at the Speedway. Can get it done. Has a long way to go though tonight. Doesn't appear to be his night, but a podium could be in his future.
LP is a big picture racer for sure. They've had their struggles, but speed has not really been an issue for the 47. They've been stout at most of the racetracks we go to. It's just been circumstances that have kept him from having the results that he knows he's capable of.
Brandon Watson just behind them, looking for a bit of racing room and any advantage he may be able to stick that Leland number 9 into. Dumoulin, though, all alone in third now. Gannett fades back to fourth, fifth, Brandon Watson.
And look at this, JP Bergeron in the 1, side by side with the 0 of Glenn's Tires, directly in front of Dexter Stacy and Kevin Lacroix. How long will they maintain their patience and stay in line? Dexter Stacy.
Stacy is in position number 7. Lacroix 8th, trying to get that spot away.
Creighton Lapsevich has just put Donald Teege a lap down in the 80. Next car in line is DJ Kennington, and we've got a battle for fourth.
Brandon Watson up on the inside of Alex Gannett, trying to take that position away and give his sponsors, Leland Industries, something to be very proud of tonight. Watson, as we talked about before, a lot of prowess as a short track oval racer in Ontario. Raced them all, Adam.
This gaggle of traffic coming off, this is a caution period waiting for the flag to wave.
Only 18 to go. Still haven't seen it at all in this race yet.
It has been clean and green as Glenn Stiers gets up out of the way. Now he's going to run JP Bergeron hard because they're battling for position.
Stiers has it, Bergeron needs it as they get a little bit loose in the 3, but this is the battle. Cameron now alongside Gannett, trying to put that Paille 96 into the top 5.
Yeah, the 3 car definitely not handling the way he'd like it as laps are winding down. It'll be 15 laps to go when Trayton Lapsevich crosses the stripe, this time at a turn 4.
Lapsevich has been the class of the field today. Cameron was the class of the field on Saturday. And what a rebound it's been for some of these drivers here, namely LP Dumoulin.
Yeah, Dumoulin's got to be happy with the performance of that number 47. As Andrew Ranger now goes a lap down to the 20 of Trayton Lapsevich, not something we expected to see. And Thomas Neveu trying to make a pass on the 74 of Kevin Lacroix.
That's the battle for 9th right now.
That is not very far ahead of our race leader, Trayton Lapsevich. Lacroix fights back on the outside. But now Neveu is going to get that spot and clear the 74.
Puts that 24 into position number 8. Lacroix back to 9th.
Oh, Lacroix, he is driving that car deep into the turns, and I don't know if he's a little disappointed with the 24 of Neveu or if he's just trying to get the most out of corner entry, but
yeah, he's up on the wheel right now, that's for sure.
That is attack mode.
Leader coming off of turn number 4, just behind that battle. We have 10 laps to go on the Leland Industries 125 race number 2.
Trayton Lapsevich clears JP Bergeron. Just ahead of him will be the 74 of Kevin Lacroix, the 24 of Thomas Neveu.
Inside 10 to go. Lapsevich just has to bring it around a bunch more, and he will roll this one back to victory lane and extend his point lead. What a rebound they had Saturday. Nearly didn't even get this race started. Had ignition troubles with a kill switch. They were able to get it fixed before the green flag started the race and didn't lose a lap and had a decent day.
Lapsevich pointed the car to the inside of Kevin Lacroix. Lacroix going to stay up on the high side and allow the 20 of Lapsevich to go on past.
Well, as I say, when it's not your day, show courtesy and you'll be shown it when it is your day.
Well, now you can bet Lacroix is going to try to stay as close as he can to the 20, because when the 20 gets in on the 24 of Thomas Neveu, Lacroix will try to take that opportunity.
Next time by, it'll be a handful for the leader, Trayton Lapsevich. Streaks it off to turn number 3, off of turn number 4. 5 laps to go for the GSR Delta Bingo FBM number 20.
He has barely turned a wheel wrong all night long. looking for battles on the racetrack. The 9 of Brandon Watson closing in on the 47 of LP Dumoulin. So second, third, and fourth right together with fairly clean racetrack, but laps are winding down. There is not much time left.
On the back stretch he goes, 3 and 4. No pressure from the back, no pressure out in front, just clean track. Father, Dad, Jeff's going to be telling him to bring it home.
2 full points paying races here tonight are the Leland Industries Twin 125. Can Trayton Lapsevich make it the perfect night? He's looking good with 2 laps to go.
You said it on Saturday's broadcast, Adam, when they leave the West Coast. Now you can start thinking championship. You can start points racing a bit and figure out what it's going to take to hold up that cup. White flag is in the air for our leader.
Last time around for Trayton Lapsevich, clear out his windshield. Dexter Stacy about 15 car lengths ahead, but that won't be a concern for the driver from Grimsby, Ontario, who takes feature number 2 on the night, winning both legs of the Leland Industries Twin 125s. Wait for it, wait for it. Tagliani second, LP Dumoulin third, Brandon Watson fourth, and rounding out the top 5, Mark Antoine Camerant. I did not anticipate a green to checker run in this second Twin 125, but boy, oh boy, there was racing all through the field. You know, when a race goes green to checker, sometimes they go, okay, one driver took the lead and led it all. We had battles all throughout. Lapsevich dropped back as far as third.
Adam, you're going to head down trackside and get us some more trackside support, I think. We'll wait and find out.
Todd Lewis is going down there this time. I think we'll
50-50 winning numbers.
We got a 50-50 winner.
Holy moly.
That's what they get.
$3,370. The number is C10-107817. If that's your number, C10-107817, you're the proud new owner of $3,370. Go to the 50-50 booth.
Trayton Lapsevich out there on his cool down lap with the victory flag in hand, bringing it around back to victory lane for the second time in the same night here in Saskatoon. He gets it done.
That'll be one happy driver, one happy crew. Race fans, we hope you enjoyed the show they put on. These drivers left nothing on the table. I noticed you did not win the 50-50.
Did you see me disgustedly throw my ticket down? Forget this place. No, we had a great time. I love the 50-50, that online thing we got to bring back to our tracks. It's super cool. Thank you, fans, for staying with us tonight. It's been a great action. Hopefully you enjoyed what you saw here tonight. We've had a great time being with you here. And this guy's had a great time. Trayton Lapsevich getting ready to jump out. Family and crew in there to give him a high five, and somebody sent him a message. Face in there holding him a video, somebody sending him some kind of message at him. Probably FaceTiming somebody. Brother Caden, maybe?
It could have been Caden. It could be Bella Thompson.
Yeah, that's true. Once again, your 50-50 number, C10, so C10-107817. C10-107817. Winner of $3,370. Go to the 50-50 booth.
We head down to victory lane. Trayton Lapsevich getting some ice cold water in there. He'll put on that Pinty's hat. He's got a nice collection of those hats these days. Ladies and gentlemen, let him hear you. Trayton Lapsevich, the winner of both Twin 125s.
2027, NASCAR has been running double headers here in Saskatoon. No driver has ever swept both races until tonight. Trayton Lapsevich, another dominating victory. Back-to-back, 3 out of 4 to start the season. What a year you're having.
I'm speechless, honestly. What a great day for the GSR FBM Delta Bingo number 20 team, and what a great day for 22 Racing too, to come 1-2 in the second race. So well, I got to thank my guys a ton, made this possible, and appreciate all the fans too, welcome us here in Western Canada. So a great day for us.
The championship lead grows. Trayton Lapsevich gets win number 5 on the season.
Well, that's going to do it for us, Adam. What a great day it's been here at Sutherland Automotive Speedway. Thanks, everybody, for your support. Everybody who showed us some great hospitality in our swing out west. It's been another great season as we made our way to Edmonton and Saskatoon these last couple of races.
We sure look forward to hopefully seeing you again next season, folks. We thank you for the support, and we thank you for joining us on a Wednesday night, a beautiful night here in Saskatoon. Have a safe trip home.